Hey, Judith Moore here. How are you doing? Welcome to my blog. And today I'm going to be teaching you the one skill that I learned that enabled me pay off an £18,000 loan within a 7 months period. So I'm sure you would have heard about this so many times in your life because it's something that is mentioned day in and day out. But a lot of people talk about it, but they don't teach it well. They don't teach it such that you understand what it is and you understand how to apply it so that it yields results for you. So today I'm going to be taking the time to do that for you. I'm going to be taking the time to teach you this one skill and also teach you how to actually apply it in every area of your life, especially in your business, that will enable you achieve those results that you really want to achieve. So what is this one skill that I learned? This one skill that I learned, it's called goal setting. Goal setting. So like I said earlier, I'm sure you would have heard about goal setting a trillion times. But how do you apply goal setting? Most of the time, a lot of us, our goals just end up becoming hopes. Our goals just end up becoming dreams. And that's how they end up, and we never achieve them. That happened to me too. That happened to me for quite a while. For a long time, I had all these things in my mind. I had all these dreams and all these goals that I wanted to achieve, but of course, I wasn't achieving them. And why is that? That's because I didn't set goals the way they have to be set. So, how do you set goals in a way that will enable you achieve them, that will move them from being just hopes and dreams into actual goals that you achieve? And that's how I'm going to tell you how to do that. And the way to do that is not just setting a goal, but setting a smart goal. I don't know if you heard about that before. You may have heard about that before and you may have just brushed over it. But that's something that is really important. You need to lay a lot of emphasis. You need to spend time on setting your smart goal. So what does SMART mean in the first place? SMART is an acronym and is SMART. It's an acronym, and that acronym stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So that's what SMART means. But each one of these factors, you have to apply each one of these factors into your SMART goal. And if you miss out any one of these, then you may not achieve your goal. And that's because each one of these factors, it's important, and that's why it makes up that word SMART. Each one of these letters in this word SMART is very important to make sure that you are in the right path and you achieve your goal the way you want to. So I'm just going to break down what each of those words mean so that you get to understand it. Throughout this blog post, I've written about it explicitly. So you want to take some time and read this blog post very well. Keep it somewhere around you and just look at it all the time because it's really going to help you. It helped me in a way that I couldn't believe it. And the one thing about it is that when you apply this skill, you're going to discover that there are things in you that will start coming out. There's that part of you that will come out that you never knew existed. So the S, that stands for specific. That means your goal has to be very specific. That means it doesn't have to be ambiguous. It has to be specific, that somebody looking at it will understand it straight away. So in my case, my goal was pay off my debt with nationwide, pay off my loan. Very specific, pay off my nationwide loan within a 12 months period. That was my goal, and it was there very clear, pay off my loan. So that was my specific goal, pay off my loan. Now, the next word is measurable. And what does measurable mean? That means you can actually measure your goal. You can actually put is you can put it on a scale and actually get a value for it. So in my case, I had an 18,000 pound loan. And how did I measure that? I didn't just say put the 18,000, because that was not just the total debt. So I sat down and I said, okay, I have an 18,000 pound loan. The interest on that loan, how much is it going to be? So I worked out the percentage of interest on that loan and I added it to the capital amount. So that now gave me a figure for my loan. So I could actually measure my loan. So I needed to pay this amount of loan, and that's the measurable factor. So your goal has to be measurable. You need to be able to measure it. The next word is achievable. Now, you have to be careful here, because at the end of the day, if you set a massive goal that you cannot achieve, then at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense, because if that goal is beyond achievable, then how are you going to do it? So you need to be able to achieve your goal, and you need to be able to look at the resources that you have within you to see whether you can achieve this goal. So it's not about setting a massive goal and saying, okay, I'll achieve this simply because this is my goal, simply because you think that putting that is going to mean something, or is going to look good or something. No, that's not the point. The point is, it doesn't matter how small that goal is, it has to be achievable within the resources that you have. So you have to that's why you need to sit down and actually think of this very critically, because you need to look at everything around you, look at the resources around you, and make sure that this goal that you're setting is achievable, right? So, and then the next thing is that the goal has to be realistic. Now, realistic and achievable, it's kind of along the same lines. So being real means consider everything else around you. Will your circumstances permit you to be able to do whatever you have to do to achieve that goal? So that is what being real means. It has to be real based on your circumstances. And then the last bit, which is a scary bit, and that's the bit that most of us, even if we put in all the other factors, most of us don't put in, and that seems to be one of the most important words in that acronym, and that is time bound. Now, our goal may be very specific, our goal may be measurable, our goal may be achievable, our goal may be realistic, but now you need to set a time that you're going to achieve that goal, because that is the factor that will enable you to stretch. Because normally achieving any goal means you need to work on it and you need to really stretch. It doesn't mean that you should stretch yourself and break yourself. No, it means you should stretch yourself beyond your normal comfort area. You're going to be stretching yourself beyond your normal comfort area, and it is that time factor that places a sense of urgency on that goal. And if you don't put a time frame that will help you achieve that, if you don't put a time frame, then at the end of the day it's a waste of time. So you need to put a time frame within that goal, within your goal setting process, and that is what is going to enable you walk beyond. Believe me, that time, because of the fact that I put a time frame on that loan, it enabled me stretch beyond beyond the ways that I thought I could. I didn't know I could do that, but you see, because I did that, I did it, and it was really amazing. It was really an amazing feeling when I achieved that result. So that is smart, and that's what the words in SMART mean. So if you sit down and you actually think of what I've said and you actually apply it, it's going to take you some time to do it, because at the end of the day you're going to put in time into this to do it, and when you do it, you will discover that you will have that emotional attachment to your goal because you've gone through that process and you've applied it. If you apply every single step to what I've just said, you will have an emotional attachment to it. And what does that do? That will enable you to take the necessary steps that you need to take to be able to achieve that goal. So at the bottom of this video, you will find a link that will lead you to a free gift that I've put together for you, and that is my SMART goals plan. So that is going to help you print it out and put it beside you and take the time to fill out that plan. That plan is going to help you set your SMART goals and is going to take you towards the steps of achieving your goal. So click on the link around this video, below this video in particular. I believe click on the link below this video and it will take you right over and it will give you the opportunity to download my SMART goals plan, and that will really help you. Please leave a comment for me below if this helped you. If this blog post helped you, if this video helped you, please leave a comment for me below and tell me some of the things that you're finding problems with. Tell me some of the things that you're finding difficulties with, and let's talk about it. Let's share it together. Remember that we are here to help each other. So I wish you a very good day. I hope this blog post helped you, and if it helped you, please share it with any of your friends or anybody you know who is undertaking a project or who is in business and you believe that this will help them. So I wish you a very good day and all the very best in your project, all the very best in your home business. I'll talk with you soon. Judith Moore here. Bye bye.